My, what a smashing ensemble. You wear it well.
Shut up. I look like a twit.
The caftan is sewn of the best fabrics available, and according to the best tailoring practices. But one must have a modicum of taste to appreciate this. Even the most exquisite robes cover only deficiencies in beauty, never in refinement.
Usually
Okay.
wear something different, better suited to my trade. Got nothing against this particular outfit, though. Just don't exactly feel comfortable in it. And I despise formal occasions.
Nothing one can't get accustomed to. Now, be so kind as to stand still. All that being as it may, Toussaint's highest honor,
It looks like it's
the
too
Order
tight.
of Vitis Vinifera, demands appropriate attire. The Duchess cannot be expected to drape the medal on a suit of armor caked in mud. Palace protocol places
That seems
enormous
more poetic
emphasis
to
on
me,
form,
but whatever.
virtuous tradition, etiquette.
Huh. A tradition which values appearances ahead of all else. Which calls for lordly, glistening triviality and misplaced generosity.
Sound wistful. Pensive, Regis. That because they refuse to buy you a new outfit?
Hardly. It's the tone I ever adopt when I find myself pondering, which, believe it or not, happens quite a lot. Besides, I've no need for a new outfit as I shall not be attending the ceremony.
Why not?
Because unlike
Regis,
you,
don't leave
I
me.
don't have to. I shall begin to pack my belongings instead. I trust you'll join me later, once you're richer by a medal and a fascinating new experience.
Count on it. Ceremonies, medals honoring virtues, just keeps coming up.
I've had no reprieve either. And I keep thinking of the last great virtue, compassion. It's the one piece of the puzzle that never seemed to fit.
Mean you suddenly believe the 5 virtues theory, after all we've revealed?
It's not a question of belief, superstition, or old wives' tales. It's a conclusion derived through exercising pure logic. Syanna planned everything in advance. Had we not stopped her, surely there'd have been a 5th victim. One the gossips would have associated with a lack of compassion.
Her plans don't matter now. Can't act on them. Ask the messenger who delivered my invitation to the ceremony. Syanna's in the palace. Courtiers pressured the Duchess to lock her in a tower.
Do you care not a whit who else was in her black book? We've some time before the ceremony.
I do. I
We
want
could
to
still
know.
chat with that boot-cleaning urchin. He was the one to pass the victims' names to Dettlaff. Perhaps we missed something.
I always thought the Duchess would be the last one, but I don't know. Who would be the last one? How do you know the bootblack delivered the
Regis,
letters?
Bootblack didn't say anything about making deliveries when we talked to him. How do you know he handled the letters?
While you basked in glory and tried on new formal wear, I conducted a little investigation of my own. You'd be very proud to see how I conducted myself. I began by concocting an ample supply of boot wash for our enterprising young friend. I'd observed that among street folk, amidst their society as a whole, reciprocity takes precedence over all other codes, and thus no good deed goes unrewarded. Of course, the same holds true for malicious or destructive deeds.
The letters. What's the connection?
When the bootblack arrived to collect his bucketful, he hinted he knew more. Simply put, we'd failed to ask the proper questions when we chatted earlier. It took a bit more tongue-loosening, but ultimately he spoke. He admitted he'd handed Dettlaff the letters. He knew this information was valuable to me. In providing it, he was simply repaying me.
So, when they were talking about ceremonies before, were they talking when Geralt was officially christened, Geralt of Rivia? That was a funny moment in the books. Let's see. Yeah, I definitely want to investigate.
All in
Okay,
all,
let's
why
go.
not check up on that? We'll go together, assuming we're done here.
I am done,
Ugh,
yes.
gotta take my allergy medicine.
It lies in your hands now to see if you are able to present my handiwork at the ceremony with the dignity it is due. Or if you will first destroy it, crawling about the city's underbelly.
Promise to be careful.
No respect for my trade, man. No respect.
Oh, it's the swordsman. Good to see you. Here for a spiffing? Dirty boots are a stain on professional dignity, you know. Step on up.
Need to ask you something.
Yet again? Go on then. I'm a proponent of free speech and I will gladly tell you all I know. But why not get your boots shanked while we jabber?
Guess they could use a spit and polish.
Then I shall take advantage as well. A friend of mine used to say boots should be as clean as the soles that wear them.
Clean boots, clean soles. A fine slogan.
How's business?
Well enough. I can't complain. Though it'd be even better were certain folk to sit down for a shine as they stood and chatted.
Man in the frock coat. You passed him some letters, remember?
Why, of course. I'm young, got a mind like a steel trap, but...
If you're about to tell me this information will cost me, forget it. How'd you get those letters?
Beggars brought them.
Beggars.
Beggars. Tell us more about them. How many were there?
Why, 4. 1 for each letter.
Just 4? Sure you didn't get a 5th?
I can't count, you know.
Remember anything else? These beggars have anything in common?
What? Come now. Each was different. Some had mismatched boots, others had no boots at all. Oh, I know! They all had no home!
Kid, my patience is starting to run a little thin. Now think hard.
Where did they
Where'd
get the
they
letters
get the
from?
letters? They picked them up? Get them from someone?
I don't know. They'd come, hand me a letter, and walk away. I asked no questions.
Geralt, allow me to ask a question. Listen, lad. I'll be glad to mix another batch of that bootshine for you. But you must focus now and tell us all you know. Where can we find the beggars?
Well, at the shelter, most like.
Where's that?
Everyone knows. It's just round the corner. Up those stairs, then right.
Thanks, kid. For your trouble.
Okay.
You? What do you want?
To talk.
Here, that's a waste of breath. We've tried it, only to tire our lips. We'll use other means of persuasion now.
Gentlemen, calm, please.
Either get out along with these flea-ridden vagabonds, or we'll toss you all out. Our patience is gone. This place is no longer a rank refuse dump.
Scram! Decent folk live here.
The shelter, them living here, bothers you. Question is why?
Look, Ballard. Another defender of the poor. Fighter for justice.
Damn nuisance. We've our women and young folk living next door, when even grown men fear to walk past such rabble.
Decent folk you mention. Mean yourselves?
Where the
Why?
fuck are they supposed to
Do
go
you doubt
then?
it?
Hell yes.
Hear that, Artois?
Yes.
He poking insults us.
You're gonna
On
punch
our
your
own
face in, man.
turf.
Insulting the poor. Fuck you.
We should step aside, good fellow. My friend is perfectly capable of settling this unfortunate dispute on his own.
All right. I can take a hint. Come, time to go.
I thank you so much for
Why
your
else
aid.
people try to
I
insult a
tried
witcher?
to
Like,
reason
what? You're
with
so
them,
dumb.
but they'd have beat me blue had you not come along. I'm grateful. Immensely.
What did they want from you?
They are neighbors. Wish me to take my folk, the shelter, elsewhere. They dislike that I help the beggars. I do not oppose going elsewhere, were we to have somewhere to go. But you've come with a problem, have you? My turn to aid you.
Need some information. Looking for a man who might have mentioned the bootblack in Rue de Garl.
The bootblack? A feisty lad. I know him.
Any of your, wards supposed to meet him recently or soon?
Forgive me. Those I help and I are not so close that I would know. But should you wait, they'll all soon come for their meal. You can question them yourselves.
Thanks. We'll wait. Nice of you to let us.
Okay. Let's get some answers, man. Okay, awesome. Pan
My
up to the
dears,
bucket.
I've a matter to
Awesome.
address before I serve the soup. These two gentlemen have some questions of you. Pay attention. Answer in brief. For if you draw it out, your soup will go cold. And we wouldn't want that, would we?
Recently, 4 of you delivered sealed letters to the bootblack. I know this.
Does anyone know what the gentleman means? Go on, speak up. Romain?
Why should I squeal? We were all told not to mention the letters. We all swore.
Epic
You can
music.
tell me, Romain. You were given a letter and you delivered it, right? Good work, Romain. Thank you. Who else?
I got one too. Gave it to the bootblack. Freshy, he got one. But he can't tell you, as he's not here.
I still have mine. I'm to deliver it 2 days after the Feast of St. Barnabas.
What? We gotta find this fleshy dude. Shit.
It's a matter of importance to the Duchy. Hand it over, or I'll take it from you, plain and simple.
But I was to deliver it personally. Let no one else see it. That is what she said, and she was frightening.
You ought to heed folk who are kind and honest. These men helped me a short while ago, helped all of us. If this individual threatened you, you need not keep the promise you made.
All right, take it.
Shit.
I didn't want
Who's
to
on
see
this
the
list,
bootblack
man? I want to
anyways.
know the name.
It's always muddy there.
Open it!
Damn it.
What is it? Another name, truly?
See for yourself.
Well. I must say, even I did not expect this.
Oh, don't do
This
that.
time you will see to our Duchess.
Don't do that.
It seems we underestimated Syanna rather grossly.
Judging by this, Detloff was literally supposed to tear her heart out.
Yet first you must snap her neck. Puzzling.
Duchess, right? Tell
Puzzle
me!
complete now.
Of course,
Alas,
the
the matter
Duchess.
ceased to be a tantalizing
I knew
brain
it, I
teaser
knew
and has
it,
turned
yeah.
incredibly grave. We've proof of a plot to assassinate Toussaint's ruler. We've proof of a coup d'etat.
Is she still gonna try to
Duchess
kill
was to
her?
be Detloff's last victim. Syanna planned it from the start.
Indeed. The logical conclusion, Geralt.
Do you think the Duchess will do anything about
4
it, though?
seemingly
If we show
random
her?
victims to start. The virtue's their only link. Enough to get folk talking about a righteous, vengeful beast. Obscured the victims' links to Syanna, even as she had those she despised killed off one by one, leaving the Duchess for last.
Had she managed to fulfill her plan, none would have questioned the reasons.
What a
Most would have
bitch.
thought Anna Henrietta had died for her sins. She was known to show a hard heart on many occasions. Ample proof of a lack of compassion.
Why would Syanna murder her own sister? Out of envy? To take power? From an inborn penchant for evil?
Yes, yes, and yes. All seem likely, and none are mutually exclusive. But if you'd like to know for certain, you can always ask her yourself.
Actually, love to
What
learn
a
her
bitch.
motives.
Praiseworthy, I suppose.
How could you like
Sometimes
her? She's
one
such
should
an
stare
asshole. Trying to
evil
kill
in
her
the
own
face.
sister? What the fuck?
Seems a bit strong, no?
She used my friend as her tool for killing. I believe I've every right to condemn her. But I support your lust for the truth.
Ugh.
Some philosophers think
she
empirical
is evil.
examination the sole path to knowledge. I believe you mentioned the Duchess keeps Syanna locked up.
Courtiers were insisting on a harsher punishment. Much harsher. Think Anna Henrietta had to protect her sister from a lynch mob as much as she wanted to protect her subjects from a criminal. One way or another, she's locked away in a secluded wing of the palace, awaiting trial before a court of law. I'd need to get past some guards to see her. Coming with?
Of course not. I shall await you at Mare la Chaise-Longue. I'll not risk entering the palace after Dettlaff and his minions rampage.
Besides, I'd
Yeah, that
vastly
wouldn't-
prefer the
probably
company
wouldn't
of a
go
simple
well,
mug of
seeing
mandrake
as she-
brew to that of the Duchess's vile sister.
So,
did that to
said
Bella.
straight up, it means you're going off to get drunk because you hate Syanna.
I've never been fond of categorical statements of that kind, but I admit I could not vouch for my behavior in her presence.
She treated Dettlaff cruelly.
Caused his death in the end, and now this? Atop all that? No, Geralt. I will not go with you. I will await you at the cemetery.
It's not there. Hey, there's a guard. Like one fucking guard.
Halt!
Need to see Syanna, urgently.
In the matter of?
Want to talk to her. It's important.
Want to talk? Go see your gran at tea time. Not one locked up on the Duchess's orders. No doing without special permission. Period.
Found some information important to her case. Need an explanation, urgently.
Ah, fine then. You're that witcher who solved the murders, no? Then you've my permission, but only for a few minutes.
Okay.
Promise to be brief.
She's not gonna give me any explanation that I'm not like expecting, you know? Like she's gonna, I don't know, she's gonna try to sweet talk me out of it, but she's probably gonna try to convince me to keep that evidence to
The
myself.
witcher will speak with the inmate. You can take a momentary break.
As long as it's truly but a moment. Highly irregular, this.
Have you come to see how I fare? I'm fine, thank you. Artorius' ribbon worked wonders. It's a shame they took it from
I
me
know
for...
who the fifth victim was supposed to be.
Goodness, you're simply a compulsive snoop. I'm in prison. Dettlaff is dead. Could you not just drop it?
Syanna, stop pretending you couldn't care less. I know it's an act, and it's really starting to wear. Why do you want to kill her?
For such an accomplished investigator to ask about the obvious? Come now, Geralt. Why do you think?
Because she turned her back on you, forgot about you. That's why. It has to be that. That's why she did all of this.
Because she turned her back on you, then banished all memory of you?
Bravo, Geralt. Yet another riddle solved, and your sick curiosity sated. Well, what now? Off to share your discovery with Anna Henrietta? No, she's no longer in danger, true. But she very well might add a little something to your reward.
Definitely gonna tell her. Not necessarily for the coin, though.
Then why do it at all?
She ought to know. If only 'cause you'll probably try to kill her again if she ever lets you out.
Yeah?
I probably will.
Ever thought to forgive her? She was a child at the time.
Perhaps, just for
How
a
could
second,
you blame
you
her?
could
She was
stop
a
dwelling on all
child.
the wrongs folk have done you and forgive her.
Why should I?
For old time's sake. You loved each other once.
Please. I don't know who fed you that rubbish, but...
Read your governess's diary. You played together, were inseparable. Henriette'd get you into trouble sometimes, sure. But there were also times she stood up for you. When you had nightmares, only she could calm you. Time eats away at memories, distorts them. Sometimes we only remember the good. Sometimes only the bad.
If she loved me so, why did she wash her hands off me? Forget me.
She was a child.
Syanna, you were exiled when she was how old? 12? 13? She was a child. What was she supposed to do? Rebel? Organize a coup? Steal your father's seal and forge a pardon? She was powerless. Wiped you from her memory not because she didn't care, but because your departure was traumatic for her. She forgot because that was the only way she could handle the pain.
Ugh. You really want a happy ending, don't you? With all of us living happily ever after. Go, Witcher, or they'll give your medal to another. And that would be a shame.
Farewell,
Oh
Syanna.
no, I don't expect a happy ending. I read the Witcher books. I know that that doesn't usually happen in this universe. Ugh, bitch.
Damien.
Geralt, it's about time. Ready for the ceremony?
Oh, sick scar, man.
Your face doesn't look good. Though it looked even worse last I saw you.
I apply a balm of arnica. Yeah, I hardly feel it anymore.
That's a great thing to say. Dude, you look like shit. You look like shit.
Got some important information. Anna Henrietta was supposed to be Detloff and Syanna's 5th victim.
You are certain of this?
Completely. Found proof.
Inconceivable. How could she? The murders, the mayhem she brought down on the city, were they not enough? She sought to strike down her own sister, her liege. Traitor. I must alert my men. Enlarge the Duchess's honor guard. Make certain Sylvia Anna is closely watched during the questioning. I'll see to it personally. I thank you, Witcher, for alerting me. And I appreciate your
I hope that
attentiveness.
the Duchess takes it seriously.
Let's begin the ceremony. Come with me. The Duchess awaits.
You know, it doesn't seem like she really took it seriously before, but... There's all these, like, there's a lot of, like, awkward zoom-ins and pan-ups in this DLC, I have to say. Like, let's just zoom into this random flower.
In the Guild's name, I beg your assistance, your enlightened highness. Without barrels, production will come to a stop, and it will be the end of us.
You lost them all in the fire. These are horrible tidings. Oh, we are most dreadfully saddened.
Yes, your enlightened highness all. Once the beasts had clawed their way into the warehouse, the whole place went up in flames.
I shall dispatch a palace guardsman to examine the site of the blaze. If things are, as you say, fitting compensation shall be paid from the ducal treasury.
Thank you, your enlightened highness.
Looks like that bitch behind her has red eyes. Did you
Your
see that,
Grace,
girl?
Geralt of Rivia has arrived.
My dear subjects, we come now to our next point of business. Of all the duties which fall upon my shoulders, as the ruler of this dominion, this duty is dearest to my heart. For now, we shall award the Order of Vitis Vinifera, Tucson's highest honor.
Geralt of Rivia, slayer of the beast of Beauclair, step forth.
What? like his outfit was gonna burst into flames.
We bestow the
He looked at it
distinction
like,
upon the
"Wah!"
Witcher, who saved Beauclair from the terrible beast. Such is our desire.
Yeah.
May the symbol serve as a reminder to all that the Witcher shall forever remain a friend of Beauclair.
Is there poison in that fucking
familiar
chalice?
terms now,
No, I thought there.
Thank you
I would have been
immensely,
like,
Geralt.
oh shit.
Damien has your reward for you. After all, it was but a contract.
Thank you.
I have a small surprise for you, in addition. I give you more than a dozen barrels of Son Real, a wine normally reserved
Oh
for the
shit,
Duke of
I'm gonna get jacked
The
up.
gustatory
Expensive
experience
wine,
of a
man.
lifetime awaits.
Sweet.
Are you content?
Hell yeah. Okay, let's dampen the spirits a little bit. She's gonna be pissed at me, man.
I am, and truly grateful, Your Grace. Sadly, I'm afraid I have to sour the mood. It's Syanna. She plotted to have you killed, Duchess. Planned to use Detloff. You were to be the beast's fifth victim.
This cannot be true. You're mistaken. You must be.
I have proof.
Shit, how's she gonna react? I never know. I never know how she reacts to these things.
I do not believe
Oh,
it.
of course she's in denial. I guess that makes sense. I'd probably be in denial too, if...
In a moment I shall speak to Syanna. Will you assist me? You returned my sister to me, yet what you tell me now I find devastating. I've come to doubt that I can judge her fairly. I'd far prefer to learn you're mistaken, Geralt.
I'm not. In fact, I'd recommend you be particularly careful around her.
You exaggerate, Witcher. She is my sister. I know well how to speak to her.
If my presence will help in any manner, of course I'll stay.
We shall now
understand her. I
question a
understand.
person implicated in the murders which recently ravaged our fair city of Beauclair. Captain de la Tour, show Sylvia Anna in.
I understand why she's in denial, why she feels that way. It makes sense. It makes sense.
The Witcher will take part in our talk.
Duchess asked me to stay.
Duchess requested I be present.
You have committed crimes. Grave crimes. Yet you are my sister. And my heart does not allow me to treat you as a common criminal. Nor does it let me believe you
Why
sought
is she in
my
handcuffs
demise.
right now, dude?
My heart yearns to know you were swayed by the monster Detlaff. You yourself would never stoop so low. Thus I have asked Geralt to advise me, as one impartial. I shall now hear what he
your
has
ass is
to
gonna
say.
burn. Oh, should I be compassionate in this trial? I don't know. I feel like you should be like, oh, you know, if I was a lawyer defending, it's like, who am I really defending here? Am I defending her? If I was a lawyer, I'd try to, you know, depict her as this compassionate person. But she was guilty. I'm just say she's guilty. She's guilty. Her
Your
ass is gonna
Grace,
burn.
Syanna's guilt is clear. None have cause to doubt it. But before you decide, you should hear her out. The right to a defense is hers, as it applies to all who stand accused.
What is he talking about, Syanna?
You know exactly what. I was forcibly exiled, remember?
to your benefit. You knew well the throne would then be yours, though I was the elder. The ministers I can understand. They'd hated me since I was a child, thought me a poor prospect for the wife of a duke. I even understand our parents. I'd always sensed the problem. They simply feared me, for I dared to be free. That fabricated curse, it fell into their laps. A gift from above that brought relief. But you... your dagger hurt most. You were my Honorrietta, dammit. My darling little sister. Now do you understand, Witcher? She betrayed me.
She didn't try to kill you, bitch.
Claim to understand them all? Why'd you come back for revenge? Have them all cut down then?
They deserved my vengeance. They detested me, all of them, as long as I can remember. But Honorrietta understood me. Once. She was all I could cling to. Her betrayal hurt the most.
You were children then. You and your sister both had no control over what happened.
You're wrong, Witcher. She had control. Remember, dear sister, the day they banished me from the palace. Of course, I'd had the idea to pelt the Nilfgaardian envoy with fish bladders, which we filled with rancid suet on a lark, and which you set afire at the last to impress me, I imagine. And I admit, you did. Hit him right in his hideous bald patch. Never laughed so hard in my life. But when it came time to find the culprit, you said not a word. I took all the blame and all the punishment.
It's true. I did not stand up for you. I was too afraid.
The council was unanimous. They listed all my offenses. My flights from the palace. Supposed acts of cruelty, inappropriate friendships. They cast me out, but you, the only one to understand me, you cowered in a corner, lifted not a finger to help. Not before, not after. You never tried to find me.
That's not true. I searched for you, sent out knights, gathered tidings from without. You did not wish to be found. Since the day you vanished, I have lived with the knowledge that I failed you. I'm sorry, dear sister. Can you forgive me?
I don't know how I feel about this man. I don't know how I feel about this man. Am I happy about this? Oh, this is great. You know, this is just, it all came down to two girls, two sisters that just needed to hug it out. You know, all these innocent people died, and, you know, all this property damage, and people lost their lives, but all that had to happen is these two sisters had to fucking hug it out. Bitches. I don't think the story's bad. So I can see why people are angry about the ending. I don't think the story's bad. I think it's very fitting. A lot of stories in The Witcher are like, very unsatisfying, but kind of satisfying at the same time.
It was short.
Yeah, confusing.
Perhaps for you, as you ducked out early. The others are probably just getting started. The drunkenness never ends in this quaint realm.
Not so fond of Toussaint after all, are we?
Oh, this place is like a strong wine, Geralt. Good in small sips. How do you find my personal brew? Not too strong.
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diabolus variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavor profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out excellent.
Indeed. It might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future. Would you care to accompany me?
Right now in the dark?
You decide to go root picking now? It's dark out.
Geralt, even were I generously to assume it had simply slipped your mind that I am a vampire and thus need no light to see, I'd never believe you had also forgotten that you likewise have absolutely no trouble seeing in the dark. So,
oh yeah, that's true. I'm a witcher. Oops. Well, now I feel like an idiot. I have these fucking cat
If you think
eyes.
it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic, even to a witcher.
Ah, not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy. Here, gloves and a mask. Don them, and you shall be in no danger.
Thanks. Right then, let's go.
Yeah, this is a fun way to end the DLC.
This moonlight makes me, oh, so dreamy.
Penny for your thoughts. Let me guess. Succubus twins?
No, I was thinking about, oh, how anything can look interesting when properly lit.
Even an old necrophage corpse?
You've not an ounce of refinement in you, have you?
Repair my fucking sword. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm good.
Those Bruxae, they called you a traitor.
Alas, we've a very simple code of honor, we vampires. So simple you might call it trivial. Either one is with us, unconditionally, regardless of the circumstances, or...
Won't let it go, will they?
They will not. Fortunately, we've another rule, an unwritten one, and just as trivial as the first. It is neatly summarized in the saying, out of sight, out of mind. That is why I must leave Toussaint. For a vastly long time, most like.
Yeah, I get it.
Let us make for my camp. I've an overwhelming desire to have another drink.
Oh shit. Having a grudge near vampires. That's gonna be a long challenge.
Supreme bouquet. Firm, defined beginning. Then develops gently, rising to a startling finish. Don't you think?
Not much of a connoisseur.
Then it is high time you started your education. After all, the Corvo Bianco vineyard is now yours. By the way, I left a gift for you in your new home.
Ooh!
On the nightstand.
Thanks.
course
Mind telling
not.
me what it is?
A trifle. That will nonetheless be useful should you need mutagens. Incidentally, have you thought about what you'll do with your prize? Shall you hang your swords over the mantle and take to pruning vines?
Yes, I think I'll settle down there for good. No, I was made to kill monsters. I'll see what I think I'll settle down there for good. What that means.
Know what? Think I just might. Come on now, don't laugh. Maybe not today or tomorrow. But one day I'll want to see what it's like. To just wake up every day in my own bed.
Oh, stop, please. Sounds so sentimental, my fangs have begun to hurt. Then what? Will you begin writing your memoirs like Dandelion? I can remember a night, not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. We hid in a cave while a blizzard raged all about. Does that sound at all familiar?
How could it not? We just set off to rescue
Trying
Ciri
to
from
remember.
Vilgefortz.
Oh, our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember so fondly.
Vilgefortz. Yes.
That first stain, Beauclair. Far calmer than this one.
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale back then. Its sole problem, cellars too small to accommodate all that wine.
Appearances, Geralt. Appearances, like Mamoons and Dopplers, deceive. So what did become of Vilgefortz?
Killed him. Sure wasn't easy, though.
Oh yeah, Viggelbutt was a huge prick. Remember that dude? It's one name I actually remember. Where will you go?
What about you? Any idea where you'll go?
Distance is of the essence. I thought I might venture
I don't want you to go.
Nilfgaard?
Why ever not? The Nilfgaardians are a modern society. None there believe in vampires anymore. This fact alone could be very useful to one wishing to remain incognito.
I could see him settling down there.
Interesting
that
point
makes
of view.
sense.
I so don't feel like going anywhere. Sit here a while longer?
So we shall,
That is
my
the
friend.
end.
We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil, I believe we deserve a bit of a rest.
What a fitting way to end this end this saga, end this game. Ah, you almost look like he grinned at me. What a fitting way to end this Let's Play. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is the last DLC. The last you'll see of me playing The Witcher on this channel. It's kind of bittersweet, but you know, I'm glad we got to end it with my favorite character, Regis. He's my favorite character from the book. I absolutely love this. It was so wonderful. I'm just amazed at all the support I got on this Let's Play. Both the main game and the DLC. This actually ended up being my most popular series on this channel, besides The Last of Us, and I'm just amazed. Especially, there's a lot of people from Poland watching, which is crazy. And I hope that you all appreciated and enjoyed my reactions to everything. I know that my gameplay of this game isn't fantastic, but I really just play this game for the story and for the lore. Just all the support and just the continual love for this series despite all of the obstacles and despite me having to delay it so many times is amazing, and I want to thank you guys so much for sticking with this series. And this will not be my last full Let's Play. I'm going to be doing so many other Let's Plays in the future. I'm working on other stuff. I just bought a ton of new games, so definitely stick around. If you want to check out my vacation in Japan, definitely start watching that series. It's quite fun. So yeah, definitely stick around. I've become a lot more active on my channel lately, and thank you all for all of the love and support for this series that's been going on since, man, like 2 years, I guess. I've been playing this game and now it's over, so thank you guys. I love y'all. I should go.